Welcome to the Small Business Report with your co-host, Carl Brown, the Executive Director of the DC Small Business Development Center, and Sharon Morton. They're bringing you all the tools you need to succeed. Stay tuned for expert advice for business owners, subject matter experts, and government agencies on how to start, grow, and finance your business right here at HUR Voices on Sirius XM, Channel 141. The Small Business Report will be right back with a show you don't want to miss after these messages.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. This is your host, Carl Brown, and I got in the studio with me today, Ms. Sharon Morton.
Yes, always here with you. You are the Executive Director of the DC Small Business Development Center, doing a great job, too. You don't forget that. Toot your horn, Carl. Toot your horn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you are the president and CEO of Morton Media.
That's
So
right.
toot your horn.
Okay. And we're in a whole new season. Isn't this great?
Oh, it's great. The only thing is that we got this COVID.
Oh,
COVID-19 is affecting everyone, especially our small businesses.
Oh, yeah. It's a terrible thing. It's affected everyone.
It's affected everyone worldwide, supply chain disruptions, the whole nine. I mean, in this season, we're going to focus a lot of our attention on, what this COVID-19 is doing to small businesses, and what are some of the things that you as a small business owner can do to make sure that you survive the COVID-19 coronavirus.
Yeah, because a whole lot of businesses, big businesses, small businesses, and businesses in between have had to shut their doors. And like we always say on the show, small businesses are the engine of this economy. They hire so many people. I think they're the largest employer in the country.
Yes, right, Carl? The largest employer of the country. And when they go out, there's a lot of unemployment.
A whole lot. And that's all we've seen. But they can also know, those folks that are luckily still in business, surviving, trying to figure it out, that they can always come to you, Carl, at the DC Small Business Development Center, right?
That is correct. And we are seeing an uptick, not just of new business starts, but also of existing businesses that are looking to survive in this COVID-19 environment.
Mm-hmm. And you have so many workshops. They can go online and schedule something with one of the counselors at no cost, right?
Oh, yeah, it's free. And we have we do at least 3 workshops a week.
Wow.
So you can pick and choose what you want to see or hear. And all you have to do is go to dcsbdc.org, dcsbdc.org, sign up for services, or sign up for a workshop.
And who do we have today before we go to break? We have
we have Leona Charles. We'll talk to her about her role with the center and the COVID-19 initiative.
Okay, well, we've got to go to break. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Small Business Report on Sirius XM Channel 141, HUR Voices. Computer systems in cars are the new normal. from electronically controlled transmissions to dozens of sensors. So when something breaks, it could cost a fortune. That's why I have CarShield. CarShield has affordable protection plans that can save you thousands for a covered repair, including computers and electronics. The people at CarShield understand payment flexibility is a must. Monthly plans can be customized to your needs with rates as low as $99 a month. No long-term contracts. At CarShield, you get to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership, and CarShield takes care of the rest. They offer complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance and a rental car while yours is being repaired. CarShield has helped over 1 million customers. For as low as $99 a month, you can protect yourself from surprises and save thousands for a covered repair. Call 800-CAR-6000 and mention code REPORT, or visit carshield.com and use code REPORT to save 10%. That's carshield.com, code REPORT. A deductible may apply. Are you a business owner and your business needs a boost? Are you ready to build or grow a profitable business that delivers new clients and customers to you every month? Have your business highlighted on a national radio show or TV network. Let MortonMediaTV.com help you get the maximum exposure your business deserves so that you can get the customers you need. MortonMediaTV.com will help you start or grow your business rapidly through the power of TV and radio. You can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners who want to buy your product or service. At MortonMediaTV.com, our mission is to teach business owners how to use the media to their benefit. You can become a thriving entrepreneur and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed about. Go to MortonMediaTV.com and get your business on TV or radio for the maximum exposure you deserve and the customers you need. That's MortonMediaTV.com.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, this is your host, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing small or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. And like we said before the break, and we were listening to Marcus Miller, by the way, Detroit off of his Renaissance CD.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Marcus.
Love the music. And Marcus is doing, big things even in this COVID environment. Mm-hmm. But we got Leona Charles in the house. And Leona, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, the name of your company, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. Well, first of all, good morning. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
We're happy to have you.
As I said, I'm Leona Charles. I am the CEO and president of SPC Business Consulting, LLC, based right here in Washington, D.C. And we focus primarily on contract support services, which is helping agencies and government contracts navigate the world of government contracts, which sounds innocuous, but can be rife with landmines if you're not careful.
Yeah, it sounds scary. It sounds a little scary.
It's not kind of the scenario that most people think when they see government contracts. They generally see a kind of a big dollar amount attached to it, and they go, "Oh, that's something I want to do." And the reality is much, much different than that dollar figure that's attached to the contract. So our tagline is, we keep agencies running and we keep contractors out of trouble. And that's as succinctly as I can put it.
What's the website before we go any further, Leona? What's your website?
It's spcconsulting, all one word, .org.
Oh, okay, great. All right. So yeah, so you said you help agencies or businesses who want to do business with the federal government. You kind of help them navigate the waters because it's definitely, it can be a challenge and a little bit intimidating, right?
I think on both sides. So we on one side we help the government stand up, their procurement offices. We help them get bids out on the street. We help them, get the specifics and address kind of set asides and socioeconomic goals. And then on the other side of the desk, we help contractors, respond. And then once they've won, which is when all of the actual work begins, we help them to navigate, the things that they promised to deliver, and we help them stay compliant with all of the deliverables and the contract requirements and the reporting requirements that they now have to do.
Yeah, and that's very important because a lot of times people think that, I'll just go in there and do the work and they don't have to furnish the reports. When you're working as a government contractor, they not only want you to do the work, but they also want you to report on how you're doing the work.
Yeah, and that too sometimes can be a little bit challenging. How important is it that you submit accurate reporting? And you help them with that too, Leona?
Yes. So it's really important because I think the biggest shock to small businesses is the way the government buys. So, the government is using taxpayer money, right? So they have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that they're responsible in the way that they spend these funds. And the way that responsibility is conveyed to the taxpayers is through these reporting mechanisms. So if you submit a report that's not, compliant and it's not up to standards, what it looks like is the government is paying someone subpar to do subpar work. That's a black eye on the contractor and it's a black eye on the agency. So it's not a win for anybody. And in government contracting, you're only as good as your last contract.
Yeah.
So you don't want to, develop the reputation of somebody who just gets by, right? That's not what you should try for.
Right, because when the government is looking at your reports and they're not really up to standard, because a lot of times they give you a template anyway, and they're not up to standard. Your report is not up to standard. They call that bad past practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when they're looking at you on the next opportunity, they look at, okay, well, this company has bad past practices. In their file, it says that they're not good at report writing, you don't deliver on time. All of these things count against you. So if you don't take the time to do what is necessary, it's only going to hurt you in the long run and the short run.
And
Right.
that past performance is everything, right?
It is
is.
everything. Yeah. And I tell
Yeah.
people the one thing that you need to realize when you're forming a relationship with the government is, yes, the relationship portion is very, very important to your career as a government contractor. However, you need to draw a definitive boundary because the government is not your friend. They're not, they're not gonna have drinks with you and say, "Oh, it's just a little mistake. Don't worry about it." They're not your
Right.
friend, right?
Yeah.
They hired you to do something, and if you don't do something, you need to understand that they have the full force of the government behind them when they come after you to make it right. So I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of emphasis on, kind of buddying. Let's go to lunch and, let's go play golf. And that's all fine and well. But at the end of the day, the government is looking at you as a vendor, and the expectation that you will provide what you said you would provide is not only legally binding by the proposal that you submitted, but it's also going to affect your performance ratings, which will affect whether or not you get future contracts.
Yeah, and let's be clear about something. You want to have the reputation as a government contractor as someone that delivers.
Right.
And those companies that deliver, they have more work than they can handle. Believe me, because everybody's trying to use them.
Right.
And you know why?
Yeah.
Because in the government procurement space, people are talking to each other across various government agencies. See, I might have worked at the Department of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for 3 years. And then I transferred over to the Department of Energy and, vice versa. And people are all over the place. And so we're always comparing notes of who delivers, who's a solid company, who to look out for as far as bad performance, and all that. And I'm going to tell you, bad news travels faster than good news.
That's for sure. Well, you're definitely right. But Leona, tell me something. For those businesses that are trying to do business with the government, how do they establish relationships with the government? How do they get their foot in the door?
So there's a variety of ways. The first thing that I tell people is you really have to have a really hard conversation with yourself and ask if you're ready before you even start. And when I say, are you ready? Do you have your insurance in place? Do you have an accounting infrastructure? Do you have a staffing infrastructure? Do you have vehicles and maintenance? Do you have a tax professional? Do you have a lawyer? So the basic, I think, requirements of running a business, do you have that? And it's a well-oiled machine. Because if the answer is no, you're not ready.
And businesses can go to the DCSBDC.org or americassbdc.org to find out if they're ready, right, Carl?
Yes.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. So they don't have to feel like they're trying to do this all along. There is help. There are resources out there to help them determine if they're ready to do business with the government, the federal government.
Right.
That is
once
true.
You see Carl's staff, right, and they have all of these experts that are literally walking you from step to step to get you ready and moving you through the process. Then there are OSDBUs that you can talk to, and they're stationed at every agency.
You need to tell what OSDBU is. You and I and Sharon know, but the audience might not know.
So the OSDBU is the Office of Small Business Development Utilization.
Yep.
And basically what they are is they're your internal champion, right? So their sole purpose is to kind of go to all of these divisions and say, listen, there is this wonderful small business that can do exactly what you're looking for. They have wonderful past performance. Let me help you guys meet each other and connect and see if it makes sense, in terms of what they do and what your program needs. That's their sole responsibility. They go around to all of the divisions and departments and they talk to people and they say, hey, I see on your acquisition forecast, you've got these things coming out. I want to talk to you about maybe setting aside, a portion of this opportunity because I know of two or three, businesses that are small or diverse that can actually do this work and have a track record of doing it well. So these are your best friends.
And how do you get to them? How do you establish a relationship with that office?
So they're in every agency. Yeah, they're in every agency, and their information is generally on the agency website.
Okay.
Really easy to get to, and you just call them or email them. I would say call them because they probably get like 50 million emails a day.
Right.
And one or two phone calls.
Yeah. You got to be persistent, and you have to, but not persistent in an off-putting way, but just, you have to have a consistent follow-up with them because everyone is trying to get to them. So you have to recognize.
That's right. Well, look, we're going to pick up the conversation on the other side. You're listening to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM channel 141.
Get ready for skincare and makeup that will heal your mind, body, and soul. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is a totally organic and vegan skincare and makeup line that you'll love using because what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. Choose from our organic moisturizers, anti-aging serums, natural and fruit-based scrubs, masks, lipsticks, and glosses. No more worries about harsh chemicals being absorbed into your skin. It's time to commit to your health and wellness. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is your one-stop cruelty-free skincare and makeup shop with safe and environmentally friendly ingredients for the love of you. Visit us at skindeepbeautystore.com. That's skindeepbeautystore.com.
Do you need expert advice from successful business leaders on how to start, grow, and finance your business? Tune in every week to the Small Business Report at HUR Voices on Sirius XM Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. The Small Business Report gives you, the small business owner, and those thinking about starting a business, expert advice from successful business leaders around the country. Visit us at smallbusinessreport.biz and like us on Facebook. The Small Business Report, giving you the tools you need to succeed. This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. This is your host, Carl Brown, the Executive Director of the DC Small Business Development Center. And we're located on the campus of Howard University. But unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 coronavirus, we are all sheltering in place. The campus is closed. And all of our business counseling is done virtual. So you don't even have to leave your house. So
how great is that?
Yeah, you can't beat it. And I think going forward, we're going to keep it like that as well.
I think that's great.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's like almost like instant mashed potatoes. Oh, you want counseling? We got that.
Right. Yeah.
But also, Leona, we were talking about, what your company does and how you interact with the federal government. But you also have another role, and that is as the project manager for the CARES Act COVID-19 small business initiative through the SBA and U.S. Congress funding. And you're working in my shop with us as a project manager. Talk about your role and responsibilities and how you are helping small businesses right now in this COVID-19 environment.
Sure. So I have the pleasure of being the project manager at the SBDC for the CARES Counselors Project. And what we are doing is basically what we've been talking about earlier. We're helping DC-based businesses or businesses that do business in DC move through the steps to position their company to move past COVID. So we have a really great team of experts that I'm running, and these people are just kind of mind-blowing in the amount of expertise they bring. We've got HR and cybersecurity, we've got business infrastructure, we've got contracts, we've got marketing and social media. We've got the financial pieces, CPAs, and the PPP and EIDL loan expertise is there. So
tax attorney,
and IP, too. So every
it's a one-stop shop.
It is. And there is no limit to the amount of counselors that you can see, and everything that you need to have happen, you can get in one place. So, like Carl said, it's a one-stop shop. It's a great place to be in. The counselors are some of the most phenomenal people, and they're so, I think, personally invested because everyone is a small business. So
yeah, I think that makes it that much better.
You're not getting advice from someone who is in an ivory tower, right? They're down in the trenches with you, and they're going through all of these changes and all of these requirements. They're experiencing the same frustration and the same questions that a lot of the clients are. So you're getting this information from I think from a frontline perspective. So the information that we're giving you, I think, is really realistic, and it's immediately applicable to the situations that the clients are bringing. And that, to me, is a phenomenal experience.
Yeah, you can't get better than that when you're working with a counselor at the DC SBDC or America's SBDC, and that counselor is an expert in their field and a business owner themselves, so they can identify with everything that you're going through. They've been there, done that.
because they're going through it too.
Yeah. And so I just think it's great that you can, while we're dealing with this new normal of having to do everything virtually, you can be at home and, talk to your counselor virtually to get help on how to stay in business, how to pivot. We're hearing that so much, right, Carl? How to pivot. What does that mean, Carl?
Well, I'm going to tell you what it means. We have companies that don't know how to pivot. And now I look at them like this. They look like the deer in the headlights. Now, those that know how to pivot, I talked to a business owner and she said that I have experienced 40% growth in my business and my front door is no longer open.
Wow.
She's a brick and mortar business and she had to go from, people walking down the street to come into her business to everything online. And she's increased her business 40% because she was able to make that transition from from people walking into the store to people just ordering online.
Yeah.
And
she
so
was smart.
Yeah, she was able to get on all the platforms. She went and enhanced her point of sale, where they could take your money and not be hacked or ransomwared, where it will affect your business. She's strengthened her cybersecurity. She did all of this on her own.
Wow.
Okay. Because she said it's about survival.
Right.
So either I'm going to do this online or I'm going to go out of business because even at this point, her retail shop is still not open because we haven't gotten to that phase of opening in the District of Columbia yet. Okay?
Yeah.
So, we've seen, where people couldn't pivot because they didn't know how. And a lot of them won't even come into the center to ask for help. And all you got to do is register online to get some help.
Yeah.
So
for free, some free help.
Free help. And as Leona pointed out, we got tax attorneys, IP, intellectual property attorneys, CPAs, the whole nine. These are people that didn't graduate in the bottom half of their class, at the top of their class. And I'm bragging and I'm boasting about the team that I put together, and they feel it and they like it and they want to be a part of what we're doing because they want to see results. They want it. The new normal doesn't have to be that we are beaten and all businesses closed, but we are beating the system of, the COVID and thriving in this economy and moving forward and growing our businesses. That's what they want to see. Survival.
And imagine how much you would pay an attorney, a tax attorney, any of those professions. You'd be paying a ton of money just for an hour. And
just for an hour.
Yeah. You can have access to them at no cost at all when you go to sbdc.org or dcsbdc.org. So Leona, thank you for helping all of these small businesses out here as the project manager. And you're getting the word out too about the CARES Act and how to apply for EIDL and PPP, although PPP has now expired.
Yeah.
They had extended the deadline and then, it expired, but the money is out there. And so you all are helping small businesses to find money as well, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that's important. You need that help, that money to sustain your business and to get to the next level, even during COVID. And so, Carl, your shop helps and has always helped small business owners, get the loans that they need, which banks they need to go to.
Well, not only that, you could go on our website today and there's a number of grants that are available where you don't pay that money back.
Right.
So we gather that data from all kind of sources and we put it right there on our website. DCSBDC.org, and it's available to any and everyone. And all you have to do is go there, look at it. There's no charge for even looking on our website. So, But Leona, why don't you talk about one of your responsibilities, and that's to make sure that billing is correct and all of that. So the reporting part of what you have to do for the SBA.
Right. So we talked about how when you get government money, right, compliance is a huge factor and arguably where most of the work happens. And that's where a good bulk of my time comes, aside from kind of assigning clients to counselors. The bulk of it is making sure that hours are being charged to the correct codes, making sure that the invoices are presented properly, they make sense, they match what's in the system, making sure that the counselors have all the required documentation. So it's that kind of thing, that back office thing, that really kind of personifies what contracting is about, because it's 90% behind the scenes, and then that 10% that the government sees you doing actually in your day-to-day. But 90% of it happens behind the scenes, where you're making sure everything has a place, everything is recorded, everything is pushed out the way it's supposed to be. People are presenting the correct information in the correct manner to the correct audience. Those are things that are the majority of government contracts. And anytime you have government money, that's going to be your life.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
We have to go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say we got to go.
Yeah. Your website again is spcconsulting.org, right, Leona? So if anybody needs help doing business with the federal government, they can go there. So we'll be right back after these messages. It was great having you on, by the way.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, we'll be right back after these messages on Sirius XM Channel 141.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com. Computer systems in cars are the new normal, from electronically controlled transmissions to dozens of sensors. So when something breaks, it could cost a fortune. That's why I have CarShield. CarShield has affordable protection plans that can save you thousands for a covered repair, including computers and electronics. The people at CarShield understand payment flexibility is a must. Monthly plans can be customized to your needs with rates as low as $99 a month. No long-term contracts. At CarShield, you get to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership, and CarShield takes care of the rest. They offer complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance and a rental car while yours is being repaired. CarShield has helped over 1 million customers. For as low as $99 a month, you can protect yourself from surprises and save thousands for a covered repair. Call 800-CAR-6000 and mention code REPORT, or visit carshield.com and use code REPORT to save 10%. That's carshield.com, code REPORT. A deductible may apply.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. This is Carl Brown, your host, and Sharon and I in the studio. And look, this whole COVID-19 has affected us, and it has affected us personally and differently.
Yeah.
And, Sharon, why don't you tell the audience about, your episode being affected by the COVID, actually, getting the COVID
Yeah.
coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm laughing now, but it's no laughing matter. I wasn't laughing when I caught coronavirus back, several months ago, in April. And I'm a small business owner, so it affected me personally and professionally. So I uh, was living life, as safely as I could because we had just started hearing about COVID-19 in March, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
And
March,
by
shelter in
April,
place.
yeah, and by April, I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. My kids had to take me around in a wheelchair. I'd been to the hospital twice and to urgent care twice. Um, and I really was close to death, to be quite frank. Um, I was just terrified. I knew as soon as I couldn't move out of the bed that I had COVID and didn't know how I got it. Wasn't sure how I got it. I just knew that I had it, and it was a bad strain of it because I couldn't walk. I couldn't go to the restroom by myself. I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't cook. I couldn't get up and down the steps. I couldn't do any of that. Needless to say, I certainly couldn't run a business. Thankfully, my businesses were automated, so I could actually press a button to stop them. But because I am a sole proprietor, I didn't have someone who could step in and take over while I was trying to recuperate. And so that was something that I learned from, that, and I think all businesses, especially sole proprietors or single member LLCs, need to think about before anything happens. You want to be proactive, which I was not. And, make sure you have someone that you trust and who knows the business or who can jump in and learn the business and help out, because I really very easily could have lost everything, but more importantly, I could have lost my life. And I'm just so thankful
That's right.
that I
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah.
Because I personally know several people
Hmm.
that have lost their lives.
Wow. Yeah, Carl, I remember
And
you telling me.
they, they didn't know that this was going to happen. We
Hmm.
didn't know this was going to happen.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you can't even go to a funeral. You have to watch it on Zoom,
Isn't that
a
terrible?
funeral.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about friends that I've known 40, 50
You
years.
went to elementary school with her. They grew up in your neighborhood,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And my friends' parents,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Earl Graves,
Yeah. Yeah.
my former boss and mentor. I mean,
Hmm.
he passed away with this during this
Hmm.
pandemic, and
Yeah.
we haven't been able to say goodbye properly to him.
Right.
But
Yeah.
how has the coronavirus affected the DC SBDC?
Yeah.
We had to close up shop and move everything to online. Everything is
Yeah.
virtual.
Yeah.
So we haven't stopped giving counseling. All of our counseling at this point in time is done by Zoom.
Hmm.
And let me tell you, the numbers are off the chart.
What do you mean, the
And
numbers of businesses utilizing your services?
absolutely, at this point in time, I ran these numbers. We have 569 businesses that we're working with right now.
That's five, six,
47% of
nine.
those
Oh my God.
569 businesses that we're working with right now, 47% of those are new or what we call pre-venture clients.
Wow.
They
Almost
are
half.
starting, almost half. All right.
Wow. They
We've
are
given
starting new businesses in this during
starting
this
new
pandemic.
businesses. That's
Wow.
right. During this pandemic, we have had 30 Zoom webinars. All
Oh my
right.
goodness. Yeah.
685 people participated on those 30 Zoom meetings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
You're working
we
harder
have,
now than you were when you when you were not
oh,
working
you know it.
virtually.
You
Oh
know
my
it.
gosh.
And as far as loans, 200. I mean, not 200. $2,531,575
Worth of loans
to
that
the
you've
penny
gotten
of
for.
of loans that we've gotten, folks, for just this period between January and June. All right,
To start
and
or grow their business.
start to grow their business. And out of that, we did under the idle, we did 2.4 million out of that 2.5 was through the SBA.
Okay.
So we have
Okay.
been working like
Yeah.
non-stop.
Stop. Yeah.
Now, we also have a separate initiative under the CARES Act, which is a fund, a grant from the SBA that deals with COVID-19 only. And so we've had, and this is just from May till June, May, 2 months, 23 new businesses that we're working with just under the COVID Act.
What do you mean
CARES
working
Act.
with them under that act? Are they getting specific kinds of counseling or specific
Right,
kinds of
specific
information?
kinds of counseling. That's right.
And that
That
it
to
all has to
deal
do
with
with
the
COVID. It all has to do
COVID.
with that, where you gave them counseling on how to apply for the PPP and all of that.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
what you mean?
all that. Because
Okay.
not only that, but their business was closed due to the COVID, or they opened up 25% because of the COVID. Whatever the case may be, we're working with them.
Your
We have
experts are
gotten
working
them
with them. All of your
right.
experts.
My new experts. My new experts.
And
I
you
got
have a
whole
little bit
new
of
team.
everybody. Yeah, you got
That's
finance
right.
experts, you have real estate experts,
Oh, I'm
HR,
gonna get
human
into
resources.
all that later. But we did $842,000 in 2 months, May, June.
When you say
Right.
842,000, what do you mean? You got loans or grants for businesses in that amount? Is that what you're
Loans and
saying?
grants during that time, in that 2 month period.
Wow.
Loans and grants. We did 4 training. This is just for the COVID.
Wow.
This is not the whole
Right.
center, because
Right.
under the regular counseling we did 2.5 million. Just for the COVID we did 842,000.
Wow.
Okay, we did 4 trainings because we only been in operation under COVID for 2 months. 67 people participated in 4 trainings.
Wow.
So that's what we were doing with that.
So
Okay?
if a small business needed help on, staying open during COVID, they could come to the DC Small Business Development Center. And how would you walk them through getting help? I mean, they'd say, "Listen, I'm about to close. I can't
Oh
stay
yeah,
open."
okay. We got a little time on this segment, so let me
Yeah,
just go
just 2
through
more
my
minutes.
yeah. Let me go through my list of experts that I brought on just with the COVID. So in Washington D.C., we got a lot of barbershops and salons. So I went out and got a guy that was the president of Mazzani, which is under L'Oreal. He was vice president of L'Oreal, president of Mazzani. He's working with the barbershops and salons and beauty supply companies in Washington, D.C. area. Michael Perch is working with government contractors. We got a guy that's working with cybersecurity and e-commerce. Human resources, Stephanie Lomax. We got a lawyer working with us on intellectual property, and we also have the Patent and Trademark Resource Center at Howard University, and that person works with our clients as well.
Oh,
We got
great.
one of the best tax attorneys in the state of Maryland, Beverly Winstead. She's
Yeah,
doing
she's
tax and
great.
business structure and loans. Lisa Anderson, CPA. She's doing pricing, loans,
Yeah.
and finance. Michael Burke, operations, executive coaching. Kelvin Jeter, operations, logistics, and government contracts. We got a lady that's spent 25 years in the banking industry. She's working with us on loans and banking operations and underwriting, social media, flyers and graphics, and then government contracts, project management. I mean,
You got
this
it
is
all.
exactly. This is what
Yeah.
I'm bringing to the table. So if you need
At no
services
cost.
at no cost,
Right.
DCSBDC.org is where you need to come. DCSBDC.org is where you need to sign up for services, and these are all free. And then, like I said, we got about 20 workshops going into the fall, so just check us out. So we'll be right back after these messages here on SiriusXM, the Small Business Report. Hey, Small Business Report listeners, it's your host, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing small or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com. Are you a business owner and your business needs a boost? Are you ready to build or grow a profitable business that delivers new clients and customers to you every month? Have your business highlighted on a national radio show or TV network. Let MortonMediaTV.com help you get the maximum exposure your business deserves so that you can get the customers you need. MortonMediaTV.com will help you start or grow your business rapidly through the power of TV and radio. You can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners who want to buy your product or service. At MortonMediaTV.com, our mission is to teach business owners how to use the media to their benefit. You can become a thriving entrepreneur and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed about. Go to MortonMediaTV.com and get your business on TV or radio for the maximum exposure you deserve and the customers you need. That's MortonMediaTV.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on SiriusXM HUR Voices. Carl, you were telling us that all of the great things that you have been doing for the small businesses in the DC area. I mean, you have really stacked your staff up in every single area of expertise that any small business would pay tens of thousands of dollars to utilize, and they don't even have to do that. So
That's right.
Small business owners who are out there listening, you don't have to live in DC to get all of these great services at no cost. You can go to Americas with an S, SBDC.org and find out, what small business development center is near you that you can get the same services at no cost, right?
That's right. And, we discuss as leaders of the SBDC network, we discuss amongst ourselves everything that we're doing. So they know what I'm doing, I know what they're doing, and everyone is doing about the same thing. We share ideas and concepts. And in fact, we even share sometimes counselors.
Oh, wow.
If I have a good counselor, I mean, everything's virtual now.
Yeah.
So, they might not have a someone that can work with their barbershops, beauty salons, and beauty products. So they tap into my guy. Same thing with my cybersecurity guy. So I mean, that is the way we do it. I mean, we want to help you.
Yeah.
And it's at no charge. So,
Carl, what is it that small businesses can do to keep their doors open? I know for me, because I was sick, I was unable to keep my doors open. But if I had been well, I would have probably utilized social media a lot more. And I'm thinking because the whole world is in a virtual environment, that's what all small businesses have to do in terms of marketing and utilizing their social media platforms even more, right?
Right, and let me tell you. So I was talking to a guy that has a restaurant and catering business, and catering is like dried up for the most part. But he was telling me about one client that is throwing a family only dinner, and they gave him the opportunity, and so he's utilizing videos on teaching you how to cook and
Wow.
cook the dishes that he makes in his restaurant.
Oh, wow.
So now but see, the thing is, so I know how to make the dish and I'm at home practicing how to make the dish. But when I want to have it, the best of the best, I still got to go to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm only that good, okay?
Right. So he's on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and he's doing
Right.
videos to show
He's
folks
doing
how to cook
videos
his
of
dishes.
cooking, how to prepare your dishes, what you need, the spices and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so, he was asking me, well, hey, do you think this is a good idea? I said, man, this is a great idea. This is what I would have told you, but he came to me with it, because
Right.
I was like, yeah, well, because we do have a restaurant specialist on staff.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, she's owned several restaurants and retail spaces, because there's a science to pricing your plate.
Yeah. Okay.
And we've all gone to carry outs where you needed two hands to carry the food out because they were giving you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you look at their numbers, they're paying paying Peter and where they should be paying Paul because they're not making any money.
Yeah.
Because all the money is walking out the door.
Yeah.
Because they're giving you 10-pound plates in the carry out.
Right. Right.
And I love them.
You. Right.
But you got to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
And then, on top of that, and I've seen this, they go to various places like, supermarkets and buy their spices and sodas and all that, and their meats and all that. That's not where you go. You're paying retail.
Yeah, you got
You
to
need
go
to be
wholesale
going wholesale.
places. Yeah,
exactly.
definitely. Yeah.
So and she teaches them all about that.
Yeah.
So that
one of go ahead. So that what, Carl? I'm sorry.
so that you can earn a profit. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's what you're in business for.
And that's what you said. Like you said, it's a science, not just in the food industry, everywhere. I have another business, skindeepbeautystore.com, and I buy wholesale, but I have to make certain, there's so much competition out there. I have to make certain that my products are priced just right, where I'm still making a profit, and it may be a slim profit because I'm concentrating on making certain that I'm being competitive, but it's hard. It's definitely a science, and e-commerce, just like any business, is tough, and it's all about marketing. So I know you have a marketing person on staff too, don't you?
Oh yeah. And then, like the other day I was reading an article on all of these e-commerce millionaires that never even touched the product.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't touch my product.
they're-
I don't have any inventory anywhere. You're right. It's all about drop
Right.
shipping, but go ahead. Yeah.
Drop shipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's all about marketing your product.
Right. Yeah.
And,
yeah.
okay, so I did a pitch competition. I was a judge. And the guy was pitching us his, a clothing line. And so as he's making his pitch, we're like at Shark Tank kind of thing. So I asked the young man, I said, well, hey, is it the jacket you win, the shirt, the pants, the shoe? What are you pitching? And he was like, well, I don't have any of it on.
What?
Exactly.
He didn't have any of his own products on.
Any of his own
clothes.
products on.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you who won the pitch competition. A young lady who sews wigs.
And she had on a
she
wig.
had the product on. She
Right.
had a wig on,
Right.
a little head thing.
Oh yeah.
She,
Mhm.
you know, the whole nine.
Yeah.
If that is your product, you know, you got to be promoting it every day, all day long.
Yeah, you're the walking billboard, right?
You're the walking billboard. I
Yeah.
mean, come on now.
Let's
You know,
switch.
uh-huh.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You say.
I was going to say we were going to
let's
switch. You're right. We are the walking billboard. Let's talk about cybersecurity because we only have about 3 more minutes. Time really flies. But let's talk about cybersecurity and why that's so important to small businesses.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about government contractors.
Okay.
You know, first, because that it's going to affect them really in a real hot minute. The NIST, National Institutes of Standards and Technology, and the DoD have written the compliance regulations on how your cybersecurity on your computer system should be. And if you're not in compliance with them, you will no longer be able to be a government contractor.
Wow.
So that's coming down soon.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Okay.
But okay, so if you are, say, a cleaners, and I go to your cleaners, and then you get breached, you get hacked, and my information gets stolen in your cleaners, and me and my bank can trace it back to you, I could sue you.
Wow.
I could sue you, and if you don't have cybersecurity insurance, guess what? You got to pay me.
Wow, Carl.
So I can literally put you out of business.
What do you mean cybersecurity insurance?
They have a whole product line of cybersecurity insurance.
So wait a minute. What's the difference between cybersecurity insurance and regular insurance that you buy for your business? You know, if something goes wrong.
Well, I'm not
what's the difference?
I'm not an insurance expert,
Right.
but I can tell you that you know, I don't know if the cybersecurity breaches are handled under your regular normal trip, slip, and fall insurance.
Right. You're
okay.
right. Yeah.
So, or your errors and omissions insurance. But I know that they have a whole product line, and insurance companies are offering it because I know people are buying it.
Wow.
To protect themselves. So, you know, we have to be vigilant in what we do because everyone now is online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whether you're working for a small business or a large business, corporation, educational institution, or whatever, everyone is online. And people are being hacked and their accounts are being stolen, their money's being stolen. I mean, even in this pandemic, you have criminals working 24/7.
Oh, and listen, they're having easier access because there's more people online
More
because
people
everybody's at
online.
home. Yeah, everybody
That's
has
right.
to work from home.
That's
so, yeah,
right.
that's good
And
to know about that cybersecurity insurance. I didn't know that was available.
That is available, and the level of security on everyone's system is different. And so it depends on your provider, you know, whoever you're getting your internet from, and I'm not going to name names, but you know, whoever you're getting it from, they sell different security packages, and it's up to you to protect yourself.
That's right.
And the information, you know, as a small business owner, you want to have the best.
Right. That's
you know,
right.
even though it's a cost, it'll cost you less than to go into court to defend yourself on. You know, why you were able to get hacked and all that other stuff.
That's
you know?
right. Well, we're out of time, Carl. It went by really quickly because we always have great information, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's it for now, folks. We are so happy that you joined us, and we want you to make certain that you listen to us every week because we always have great information from subject matter experts. Right, Carl?
Absolutely.
Yep.
So tune in to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141.
This has been Carl Brown and Sharon Morton giving you all the tools you need to succeed on the Small Business Report. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in next week at HUR Voices on Sirius XM Channel 141. Please don't forget to like us on Facebook. And for more tips on starting, growing, and financing your business, Visit us at thesmallbusinessreport.biz. Do you need expert advice from successful business leaders on how to start, grow, and finance your business? Tune in every week to the Small Business Report at HUR Voices on Sirius XM Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. The Small Business Report gives you, the small business owner, and those thinking about starting a business, expert advice from successful business leaders around the country. Visit us at smallbusinessreport.biz and like us on Facebook. The Small Business Report, giving you the tools you need to succeed.